Jesus Christ part 4. We're way over on that one. They're going to have to cut that one off themselves. But anyway, we're on part 4 of the church. Jesus came to do a job and he did it. And that was what? To destroy the works of the devil. Now Jesus took on Satan and defeated Satan through his death. Death through he had gave us the victory, y'all, over the devil. Now little did the Satan know that the death of Christ was going to be the death and the end of his power over humanity. But Satan still had that power over humanity, y'all, if you're not in Christ. If you're not in Jesus Christ, the devil still got power over your soul. So the victory that God gave us in Colossians 2:15 and 19, all you need now in the earth is a good relationship with God, his son Jesus. And like any good father, will protect and provide for his children. So will Jesus Christ be. Amen. Let's go to John 4:13 through 14.
John 13.
14. Verse, St. John 4 chapter. 14th chapter. 13 to 14 verse.
And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it.
You see? That's the promise from Jesus, y'all. Jesus said, if you ask anything in his name, he said, and whatsoever you shall ask in my name, St. John 14:13 and 14. And whatsoever you shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. Look at that. Why not honor this kind of God? Why live for a devil who is always stealing from you everything that God done gave you? And how is he stealing from you? He's stealing from you because you don't have the right thought process. Because number one, a lot of people don't want to come to church. And they think by staying away from church, they all right. Well, I don't want to go to church. Well, don't worry. Your life going to be a total wreck anyway. It's going to be such a wreck that when the day of death comes, it's going to become the saddest day of your life. Of that person's life. Because they didn't know God. They had an attitude with God the whole time they lived in this earth. The devil gave them a crazy mind that they didn't want to have anything to do with the church. And all they learned came from the devil. And they thought they had some understanding of God. How can you get an understanding of God when you're unteachable? When you're an unteachable person, you hurting, you know. There are a lot of unteachable people on this planet. But you don't know how blessed you are to come to church. Because if you come to church, that means you have a teachable spirit. That's showing God that you want your life right. You may not be right with him right now, but by you coming to church, you are telling God, God, I want my life right. I don't want my soul to end up in hell. I may not be walking with you now, but I tell you one thing, I want to know everything you got to tell me. Because I'm hearing it. I got a teachable spirit. And you know, God said, he'll work with you. Well, he can't work with you if you don't show up. He can't work with you if you got an attitude with the church. Because when you want to learn something, you go to somewhere who's qualified to teach you. You can't teach yourself to be no doctor. I sure wouldn't want you operating on me if you self-taught yourself to become a doctor. No way. You homeschool. You got your degree at home. You didn't practice on no cadavers. But you got your medical education, Sister Evident, at home. She got her medical education at home.
Works in some degree, but she don't work for the position.
And it ain't gonna work on your soul either. Your soul is the most valuable thing you have, people. You don't want to chance that to homeschooling. You may not have God's Spirit on the inside of you because see, you got a problem anyway if you don't want to come to the church. Go to Hebrew 10:25. So you need to be in church because you can't self-teach. You need to go where the church is hanging out at. Because God, if you in His kingdom, He command you to do what? Come to church. He command you to gather with other people that's walking with Him. Read to the world, Hebrew 10:25.
Not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
You see, God say, hey, don't forsake to do what? Assembly people. Don't forsake to assemble with like-minded individuals who have the Spirit of God in them because they can teach you some things, people. They can teach you some things. But people these days don't want nobody to teach them anything. And the reason they don't want anybody to teach them anything is because they are unteachable.
Yeah.
But thank the Lord that if you are in a church, and especially in this church, you have a teachable spirit. You want to hear the truth. Even though you may not be right with God, you just say, I want to know the truth. Because the truth is going to set you free, people. The truth will set you free. I'd rather know the truth than not know the truth. Would you now? I'd rather know the truth. Even if I'm not living the truth, I'd rather somebody to tell me the truth so that I will not, my soul, perhaps one day, will not end up in hell. So Jesus said, whatever you shall ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. God said He'll take care of business for you, people. Why not serve a God who will take care of business for you instead of serving a devil that's stealing everything that God done gave you? Let the world know in John 10:10 what the devil is, what their God is doing for them in this earth. St. John 10:10.
The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Hold on. That's all the devil is doing for you. If you serving the devil, that's all he's doing for you. He's stealing, killing, and destroying everything that God done gave you. And eventually, he's going to get you in hell with him. Why? Because he's your God. But what did Jesus say he come to do?
I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly.
See, God, he said, I come that you have life. He talking about life in this life. And life everlasting in peace, free from hell fire after you die. That's what he's going to do for you. He's going to make sure everything is right for you in this life. If you come to the church and get some understanding of who he is, he's going to tell you how to think so you can get what he's already given you. And then he's going to give you abundant life. He's going to make sure that when you die out of this world, you ain't going to hell. You're going to be in peace with him forever. Why not serve that kind of God? Why live for a demon, a God that will take everything from you? Steal, kill, and destroy. But you know what? That's what folks like these days. They like being stolen from. They like. That's why so many people who walk with the devil are miserable. You can have all the money in the world, but if your life is not right with God, you're miserable. You may act like put this facade on, run around here like you all right, puff all up, like you really happy. But you're not happy. I know you're not happy. I don't care how happy you may appear to be in your physical appearance. I know you're miserable. Because you don't know. Oh, you're just one breath away. You are one last breath away from hell fire when you don't know God. And don't claim you know God hanging out away from the church. Because God said, if you know him, come and gather where his people are. Now, if you don't want to gather, come to the church where and gather, like the Bible said in Hebrew 10:25. Hey, you ain't hearing God. You hearing yourself. Because the devil wants you to stay out. The devil wants you to stay away from God, so he can keep you with a confused and a mind full of darkness, people. Let's go to St. John 15:7, see what Jesus said. I mean, why not hang out with this God who will do it all for you, man? He'll give it to you in this life and ensure that when you die, you won't have to worry about hell. If you don't hear him now, the devil gonna steal your soul. That God is trying to save. That I'm saved, but Satan gonna steal it and place you in hell because you didn't want to hear God while you was walking in earth. Talk to the world.
If you abide in me, and my word abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you.
And the next verse.
Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples.
You see? God said, if you abide in me. How do we abide in God? We do what he say do, that's all. We think like he say think. We speak like he say speak. We believe like he say believe. We have faith like he require of us. Don't doubt his word. Take him at his word, no matter how strange it may look out here. Act like he tell us to act. Be confident in what you're doing. Don't be anxious. Don't allow your physical circumstance out here to cause you to become fearful that you're not going to get what God already has given you. He said, if you abide in me and my word abide in you, you shall ask what you will, and it shall be what? Done unto you. That's promise from God. He will have all power in heaven and in earth. All power over the demon. The devil can't stop you the devil can't stop God from blessing you, people. So why hang out with a demon that can take everything from you instead of walking with a God who can bless you and the devil can't even stop the blessings from coming? But if you hang out with the devil, he's going to steal everything that God's got set aside for you. Why is worship a demon or a God like that? That's crazy, people. God will give it to you. He'll give you whatever you want. Yes, he will. I'm seeking God for a building. I don't have the money to buy this building. But I'm seeking God for a building. It costs over $700,000. $700,000 for Larry Jones Training, Coaching, and Empowerment Center. I'm seeking God for that building. I don't have any money. But God said, if I ask, whatsoever you should ask in my name, that I would do, that the Father may be glorified. He said, if you abide in me and my word abide in you, shall ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you. I'm going under God with this, y'all. Because I'm looking for God. We need a bigger place for Larry Jones Training, Coaching, and Empowerment Center where true signs and wonders are being manifested. And I'm asking God for this building. I'm asking God to provide the finances that we don't have. But I know God had it, and he already gave it to us. He had the money. I'm just letting God work this thing out, people. But my God is a powerful God. Ain't nothing he can't do. That my God cannot do. The church is where all power is, people. Walk with the church. Walk with God, y'all. And all power. God will do whatever you ask him to do if you're abiding in him. You don't have to worry about nothing like that. Trust God. Don't trust man. Put your hope in God. And people don't want to hang out with God. Don't you hang out with them because they don't want to hang out with God. Let them, if they want to hang out with the devil, let them hang out with the devil. But make sure that you hang out with God, y'all. Because God going to bless you on an individual basis. You hear me? And I'm so glad I see everybody here. Sister Tasha, it's so good to see you. You brighten up my day every time I see you come. You really do. Little Shank Caleb, you're wonderful. You're just so sweet. The little baby. It's a blessing for y'all to be here. You're right. All right. This is the end of part 4. Our address is 2307 Oak Lane, Suite 200, Grand Prairie, Texas, 75051. True Church of Lord Jesus Christ, a voice in the wilderness ministry, and a voice must go.